and I want to share with you guys today the knitting tools that I use when I knit. And I think it might help some of you. And also too, if you haven't started knitting yet, come on, join with us. I'm going to be doing some more knitting videos. I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. Anything pretty much that pertains to the life here on our little backyard farm. So with that, let me start with the tools that I use when I am knitting. Okay, first of all, I like to have lots of different types of yarn. I love baby yarn to knit with because it's inexpensive, it's great to try new things, and you get a lot of it for like 10 bucks at like Walmart or Michael's or one of the craft stores. So I'll just show you some of the types of yarns. This is that scrunchy yarn that's been out that people are using to make oops, here's something you all have to have. You have to have a cat. Can't knit without a cat. Here's Mr. Kitty. Hello, Mr. Kitty. You can sit on my lap, but you have to be good. Oh, he doesn't want to be on my lap. So you can get this at Walmart too. They also have the Red Heart Super Saver. So if you're starting out, this is a good place to start. You get a lot of yarn for like $6, I think, at Walmart. If you want to get a little fancier, you can start buying some of the nicer yarns. And this is what I made the little scarf I have on right now with. And I think this was a sock yarn, but it's, you know, if you want to try something a little bit more exotic, there's beautiful yarns out there. You can go anywhere from super cheap to really expensive yarns. I also like to have my little iPad because on YouTube there's tons of free patterns and tutorials. So I like to have this handy. I like to have like little fun things if I want to say knit a little purse or something. I like to have these types of things. And a smaller set of scissors. I have scissors all over, and I'm going to show you kind of what I do with my projects. I have lots of projects started at the same time. It's just the way I flow. So I like to use project bags, and I'll give you a little hint on project bags. I think it's nice if you make your own, but it's also nice to have nice ones. Now this one here came from Beautiful Bags, etc. It's actually a little purse, but this is nice for every day because I take my knitting with me everywhere I go. So this is a little bag that I can just use as my actual purse, but I can slip my knitting in here. There's a little spot to put my needles in, or like say if I want to have like a embroidery needle, or you know, to finish up on a project, I like to have that. All sizes of needles. I have big, huge needles. I have even a crochet hook, say if I want to bind off or fix a stitch I use out of whack. I like to have a crochet hook. If you're not sure how to crochet, stick around. I'm going to be showing you some of that too. Needles in all types of wood and metal. These are just the aluminum needles. If you don't have needles and you want to start crocheting, you can use pencils or chopsticks. Oops. Which I also use when I cable knit. I usually try to find a stick. So you can just about use anything to knit with. You can make your own too, and I can do something for you guys to show you how to make your own. It's really easy. 4 needles. Also too, when I go to the store, it's not uncommon for me to grab an extra little pack of needles or something, so I have extras in case I lose something. Because, or sometimes I put everything in my project bag, which is what I was saying before. Lots of my needles and things are right in the project bag, so that when I want to do that particular project, I pull out the whole bag and then I work on it. Because I crochet almost everywhere or knit everywhere I go, so I like to have things handy. Oops. Scissor sharpeners. I like sharp tools. These are, and I should have taken them out, but these are square needles. These are for like socks and, you know, double pointed needles. Stitch markers. Some of those are already in project bags, so that's why I'm showing you new things. a gauge marker, and this also too, you would slip your needles through to tell the size of a needle, which comes in handy because some things that I have gotten before are not marked well. A magnifying glass, which I don't have with me, or like reader glasses that you can just pick up at the dollar store. I absolutely love these. These are little tiny, you know, when you're working a lot with knitting, some of you are old pros, some of you are newbies. I like sometimes just to have little teeny lightweight needles, and I love these because they're really nice to whip up a quick project. This is just going to be a little scarf. I'm going to finish it up. Kind of has that 80s feel about it, but I thought it'd be fun. If you don't have a stitch marker, I use clothespins, safety pins, just about anything as long as it will hold. If I need a stitch marker, I usually don't have to, but sometimes, you know, it could be handy, especially if I'm binding off or adding something. Pencils to mark off stitches. Lots and lots of pattern books, which I didn't have enough room on my table, so I didn't bring out all the books, but I like to have lots of books. I actually don't always work from a pattern, but sometimes I do. So I try, it all depends on how I feel. So sometimes I'll just look at something and say, oh, I can see how to make that. But it all depends. Mint, in case my mouth gets dry. And let me see, is there anything else here that I want to show you right now that I think is going to help you? Yep, I showed you my stitch markers. But if you haven't started knitting yet, you know, what happens is sometimes I crochet and then my hand hurts from crocheting, so then I'll go to knitting and, you know, back and forth. So I find that if I do something every single day, a little bit of creative, you know, knitting or crocheting or drawing or something like that, I always feel better about the day. So I think it's a really relaxing skill. You can take it with you anywhere you go. I public knit all the time. I don't care. What really got me into this, I've been knitting or crocheting since I've been a kid and knitting since I've been a kid. I'm a better crocheter than a knitter, but I'm learning more and more on the knitting. But I really got into it when my husband got sick. And I was in the hospital like every day, so I like to, you know, use my time wisely. So I really got into crocheting, then I got more into the knitting, and so, you know, it's just a nice skill to learn. And so I just want to extend a hand out to you if you've never knitted or crocheted or embroidered or did any of those crafts, you know, jump on board, you know, be a part, share what you want in the links. I don't sell anything, so if you have an Etsy shop or something like that, you'd like to share that, please feel free. I have no problem with that in the links. That would be great. If you want us to do a product review about something you made, you can contact me through my link, and I'd be happy to do that for you. And other than that, that's what I have today to show you. So, and this little scarf here, which I think I made this from sock yarn, and it's kind of like rolling up on me. I was trying to make it, you know, stand out straight, but it wasn't, so I just figured, yeah, just go with it. But I like to make these. I think I've showed you guys these before. Like, I wear them every day because I have allergies, and it turns into like an earache. So a lot of times if I get really cold or something, I could just flip them over my ears. But I mean, these are just those infinity scarves, but I make them really small so that they can fit like a headband for me, so that if I'm working around on my little backyard farm, I can just toss one on and I'm good to go. So like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. But before I go, I got a question for you guys. Let me know if you are a knitter, crocheter, or both, or if you'd like to learn, or not of interest to you at all. Just leave that in the comments below. I'd love to see your responses. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.